Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see by my attire, it is definitely getting a lot cooler outside. We've had rain, which is really kind of uncommon for this time of year, but it's nice and it's welcomed. So welcome back to the channel. I wanted to give you first an update from yesterday's video about the ostrich that was not doing well. It is my understanding that she did pass, and I haven't been able to find out if the owners were allowed to go in there and comfort her as she was passing away or not, but my guess is most likely not. Really sad, terrible situation what's going on there. But I wanted to almost kind of go back. I don't know where I was going when I said go back and revisit maybe the video I was talking about with the trolling. I am almost starting to feel like I may have stumbled onto a very reoccurring theme that is really unfortunate to be running into. So you guys know, and again, like I've said before, I don't have TDS. Like I did, admittedly, a few years ago, the first time he ran. But a lot of it was based off of opinions and just stuff I never really looked into. So I don't ever want to get back to that point. I feel like I learned a lot about myself in that, and just not to just being kind of subject to social media and the influence of it. So I really want to look at things objectively, which is what I'm trying my best to do. And I feel the best thing to do that is, or best way to do that is to be informed, not opinionated informed, but be informed with facts and things you can put your finger on and look and read. So that's where I'm going. So I want to make that clear, because I know I've had a few series in a row that's kind of addressing some issues that could be seen as me kind of, bashing. And I'm not bashing, but I want to inform as many people as I can about what I'm informed about. And you know what? Formulate your own opinion after. I mean, really, if you want to look at a fact and formulate an opinion that still goes against it, you are more than welcome to. So I want to talk about first, we saw Trump's sons come out with the Trump phone, right? Much more affordable. It's just going to be fantastic. And I will say I'm not a fan of the Junior. I'm not. But whatever, whatever. So they have the phones coming out. Now we have Trump RX, which is a good thing, but I already see the loopholes in that. I don't want to get into too many details, but the first thing that this whole Pfizer, Pfizer has to charge less here than anywhere else, than they charge anywhere else in the world right now, which apparently is significantly lower. Okay, that's great. That is fantastic. But what happens when Pfizer just raises the prices in the other countries? Number one, we won't care. So I think there's some loopholes in that could end up not making much of a difference, but I hope it does. Then we saw some Trump meme coins, which, I'm not into any kind of digital stuff. When the world falls apart, we can't eat meme coins. And then the 2028 hats, planting the seed, right? Whether you think it is or not. I do. I think this is, again, connecting a lot of dots. But the one I want to talk about today is the newest and latest and supposed greatest idea, which is the Trump $1 coin commemorating our 250th anniversary. So what I really like about including or talking about something based on facts is you could love them or hate them. A law is a law, period. Like, whoever's in office, whoever you like, whoever you don't like, the law is the law, and it doesn't matter who you like. I just think it's worth noting for some of you that don't know, because I've already seen some influencers out there talking about it, and I get the sense that they don't realize, and I didn't either, so I'm not going to take credit for this. I did learn through another channel. That is completely 100% against federal law. And I will read you what the law says. In the US, it is against federal law to feature a living president's portrait on currency. This law was passed to prevent the United States from resembling a monarchy, a system our government's founders explicitly rejected. So let's think about this. We're going to go and print a living president's face on a coin that commemorates our Constitution, our 250 years of following and living and running a country under our Constitution. I mean, I almost want to use the word blasphemous. Did I say that right? Blasphemous? It's blasphemy. How do you put a living president, which is against the law, on a coin celebrating our law, our rule of law? I know this is coming off like derangement, but I'm really starting to worry, you guys. I'm really starting to looking at everything going on, and I'm just going to keep saying this. You know, you look at my next video is going to tie into this as well. But you look at what's going on in the major cities that happen to be blue cities, and you see these seeds of 2028. Now you're just blatantly defying the law. I mean, I guess the sketch is ready and everything. And one of the guys, Scott, I think it was Scott Bessent or whoever the Treasury dude is, said it's a go. Yeah, no, it's for real. I want you guys, actually, even if you see this, please don't hear this and run off and just go tell somebody. Look it up for yourself, because there's something so empowering about, even though it's on your phone, get on your phone, Google or whatever your browser is, and look up, is it legal to have a living president on currency? There's something empowering by looking at it, seeing it, and reading it for yourself, rather than just hearing it from somebody. And I'm going to continue to encourage you guys to do so, and to try to follow channels on here, because this has become our source of news. I mean, no, there are still newspapers, I guess, but how many of you read a newspaper? How many of you turn on NBC or ABC or Fox or whatever on your television? I would imagine most of us are getting our source of information from social media. And so, since that's the case, try to be a detective. Please don't follow there are so many pages out or channels out there that are so cynical about one way or the other. And I'm realizing that sides, red, blue, whatever, that's just, you're not going to win. You're not going to win on either one. It's conflict. It's going to be a conflict. So if we can channel ourselves and move towards a middle point, because we're 99%. Again, we're fighting a 1%. And, the more we do this, the less we're going to see it that way. but it's true. We all want the same things. We all want to just live a happy life, not be strapped, you know, with not being able to afford things. Everybody wants that. Yeah, we have some different, you know, views about some things, but for the most part, Americans all want the same thing. So I would encourage you guys to try to find fact, seek fact, use that Google or whatever it is that you search on to find fact, because it is there for now, you know. I guess if we did head toward 1984, which, I mean, in a sense, we kind of are, you know, if we can override and ignore federal laws like this, we're basically rewriting history and changing it, and not for the better. So that's all I have for today, you guys. I hope you take this again and you know, see this as not trying to rile up or be you know, facetious. I just, as I see it, as I see things that are just not okay and completely defy our laws, I want to share it with you guys. And I hope that you take it as a seed to go and investigate it for yourself and start connecting these dots and putting it together. Because what I'm starting to see based on fact is pretty darn scary. It's very scary. And you've got to remember, the power is with the people. All right, guys, take care. Have a good day.